Manners, please. The Danish government has recently taken steps against burping cattle. This is because their belches contain methane, which is harmful to the climate. That's why Danish farmers are now being taxed for their burping cows. DW spoke to cattle breeder Christian Koch in the small village of Christiansfeld. He has 1,000 hectares of land and owns 1,000 cows. Christian tells us why cows belch in the first place.
The problem with cows is that they're ruminants. So the feed passes through several stomachs. And in the process, methane is produced, which is belched out.
And because methane is even more harmful to the climate than CO2, Denmark is taking action, charging €40 in tax per tonne of methane, roughly what 10 cows emit in a year. The government, farming lobby and Denmark's largest nature conservation association agreed on this figure. Denmark's Minister of Agriculture is delighted by the joint decision.
The signal that is clear that the farmers, they have to develop their farms in an even more green way. We have to take out parts of the farming land as well as putting up more forests, for instance. And there we are in a hurry. But I believe that the signal that we've sent with this agreement will also help doing all these things even faster than what we have agreed in the agreement itself.
I think that the whole thing has actually gone very well. The fact that they came to an agreement is positive.
Elsewhere in Europe, there is far less goodwill. In Germany and France, farmers have staged massive protests in major cities over the smallest of reforms.
I think there's a slightly different mentality in Denmark. We don't want to harass ordinary citizens and drive around protesting in a tractor.
Giving up arable land and reforesting woods is a big deal for Danish farmers. But it's needed to improve the quality of Denmark's lakes and fjords, as they're heavily polluted from excess fertiliser. Less agriculture near the water means less water pollution. But Christian Koch also knows that he can lower his tax burden if he uses feed that causes the cows to burp less. Even though Denmark's Nature Conservation Association doesn't want farmers switching feed, it says the agreement is too soft on this point.
That's not accounted for in the agreement.
Especially that part is not as strong as we would have hoped. We are worried that some farmers might even not have to pay anything in tax. So we would like to see it stronger.
Even so, in true Danish fashion, all groups agreed to the cow deal, despite their different interests.
In Denmark, we have a long tradition talking to each other. We're a small country, and we have what we call the Danish module, where we sit together, the government, the organizations, in this case the farmers, together with the green organization, and find the right balance, find the right compromise.
Christian Fromberg of Greenpeace wasn't part of the talks and is deeply disappointed.
This deal will just keep the number of cows and pigs and so on a quite steady level. So this is not really offering a solution to a much more plant-based agriculture, and therefore we will not see that our seas will get back on foot with this deal.
But the agreement still makes Denmark a Europe-wide and even global pioneer. So Christian Koch's cattle can keep going about their burpy business.